So just some final thoughts, and they'll be split up into two sections from two separate recordings on empathetic listening, which we've been discussing. We've discussed its value, what it is not, and four examples of what listening can be and is through not interrupting, waiting for pauses, asking open-ended questions, asking clarifying questions, very important, and also asking reflective type questions or reflexive, giving feedback through asking a question. And as I've stated, I've found that the am I correct? Did I hear you correctly? Or am I wrong? Did I just miss the whole thing? Is probably the most important part of any of those questions. Oftentimes, in my work in behavioral health for the very short time that I did, and I'm not a clinical psychologist, I was behavioral rehabilitation counselor, working with young people who come from different type of abusive and etc. other type of backgrounds, that the am I correct, did I hear you right, often led to more clarification, to a better understanding of the underlying feelings and emotions, especially of young people. And that is my challenge for you today as well in your listening. Let's do the reflective questions, the open-ended questions. And sometimes it takes practice to keep your mouth shut. Oh, believe me, there are so many times I want to interrupt friends who are talking and say, oh, this is what you need to do, this, and this. And by my silence and asking those questions that we've discussed, I find that often, especially just often, a friend, for example, will come to the same exact conclusion that I came to an hour earlier, 2 hours earlier, 3 hours earlier. Okay? And guess what? They came to the conclusion themselves. I didn't have to tell them. I didn't need to tell them. That wasn't my job. My job was to listen. And so I want to encourage you to do the same. And I look forward to hearing back from you, especially parents. If there's any parents that get this video or watch this video, I would love to hear back some your responses, even some of your problems still of communicating with your young people. And maybe there's some resources that can be found on empathetic and active listening that will be of assistance to you speaking to your elderly parents, speaking to young people, speaking to coworkers. Again, it applies to anyone, but my background is speaking to young people, especially frustrated, angry young people who need some help identifying some of those emotions. Okay, I hope you have a great evening, that God blesses you, and that He just works out the communication in your own lives, and that you see some victories and success. In Jesus' name.